Rain falls hard on the cracked streets of a city that has seen too much. Neon lights flicker and reflect off puddles, casting distorted colors across empty alleyways. Tall buildings stretch into the sky, their windows broken and dark, with only the occasional lightning flash illuminating the jagged edges. In the distance, faint growls echo, carried by the wind, as shadows twist and move unnaturally. Something is watching. The air feels heavy, thick with a sense of danger, like the city itself is holding its breath. Fire bursts in the distance, briefly lighting up the skyline, revealing silhouettes of creatures darting between buildings. The camera moves slowly along the rain-slick streets, following the flicker of shadows that seem to move against the rhythm of reality. A lone figure's boots hit the wet ground with a deliberate echo, each step announcing the presence of someone who has faced darkness before. The wind carries whispers, almost too quiet to hear, as if the city itself is warning its inhabitants of what's coming. There is no peace here, only the memory of battles fought and the promise of new threats rising. The lights of the city stutter and dim, and then, in a sudden burst of energy, the sky opens with a bolt of lightning. Its brilliance reveals monstrous figures perched on rooftops, their forms barely human, their eyes glowing with malevolent intent. As the rain intensifies, the city streets seem to shrink, closing in with every puddle, reflecting distorted faces, twisting and writhing. Every shadow appears alive, a moving threat just beyond clear sight. Slowly, a distant bell tolls, echoing through the deserted avenues, each chime vibrating in the chest of anyone who dares listen. The sound is hollow, reverberating, like a warning or a call to arms. Smoke rises from broken cars and smoldering buildings, curling into the night sky and mingling with the heavy rain, creating a suffocating fog that hides the creatures lurking within. The figure moves with purpose, boots splashing in puddles, as the wind picks up, carrying scents of sulfur, ash, and decay. Every step is deliberate, a silent preparation for the storm that is about to descend. In the distance, more bolts of lightning strike, illuminating glimpses of a city under siege, of demonic shapes racing through the streets, and of the faint glimmer of weapons waiting to meet them. Time seems to slow as the figure pauses, hand reaching toward a weapon gleaming faintly under the dim neon glow, a signal that the battle is about to begin. The rain falls harder now, blurring the line between what is real and what is nightmare, and the city seems to breathe with anticipation. Shadows move faster, and the first growls of the approaching chaos grow louder, more menacing. The night is alive, dangerous, and relentless, as if it knows that no one can hide from what is coming. Every corner holds a story, every street a secret, and every shadow a threat. The figure takes a step forward, merging with the darkness, ready to face what waits in the city's heart. The storm rages above, mirroring the storm that is about to erupt below. As the first battle of Season 2 begins not with a scream, but with a whispered promise of chaos and fire, smoke curls through the night air, carrying the sharp scent of burning metal and scorched stone. From the shadows, figures begin to emerge, creatures with jagged wings and glowing eyes that pierce the darkness, moving with unnatural speed and precision. Their claws scrape against brick and steel as they descend into the streets, their low growls vibrating through the pavement. The rain continues to fall, but it no longer soothes. Instead, it highlights the chaos, dripping from shattered windows, bouncing off twisted metal, and hissing as it hits the fires burning in abandoned cars. The lone figure from before stops atop a crumbling building, overlooking the streets below. Every muscle tensed, every sense alert, it becomes clear that this is no ordinary night. Shadows shift and twist unnaturally, and fleeting glimpses of demonic faces flash across walls and puddles, as if the city itself is alive and taunting those who dare enter it. Lightning splits the sky, illuminating a massive creature emerging from the darkness, its horns curving toward the heavens, its wings unfurling in a menacing display. The figure leaps into action, boots striking the wet rooftop with a splash, landing with barely a sound, weapon in hand that glows faintly under the stormy sky. Sparks fly as metal clashes with metal. The first demons are struck down in rapid, fluid movements, but for every one defeated, more seem to appear from the darkness, their numbers endless, relentless. The air vibrates with the force of battle, the storm above seeming to echo the fury below. Each strike sends ripples through the puddles at their feet, each swing of the weapon leaving streaks of light in the dim neon glow, a blur of power and precision that keeps the enemy at bay. In a narrow alley, shadows shift violently, revealing more monstrous shapes hiding in the corners, their eyes glowing like embers. The figure pivots, spinning, dodging claws and strikes, retaliating with exacting force. Every movement is calculated, yet fluid, as if anticipating the enemy before they move. The city around them groans and cracks under the weight of destruction. Walls splinter, fires flare, and the distant skyline trembles, reflecting a war that is both personal and epic in scale. Amid the chaos, small moments of eerie silence punctuate the storm: the sudden absence of growls, the flicker of neon lights, the echo of a distant scream carried by the wind. These moments are brief but sharp, reminding anyone watching that danger is never far, that at any moment, the night can claim another victim. Rainwater pours into the gutters, turning into rivers that carry reflections of the battle above. The figure moves along the edge of a rooftop, eyes scanning, calculating, as shadows form into a living wave of menace, approaching from every direction. From above, wings beat against the storm, sending torrents of rain and wind, forcing the figure to steady, grip weapon tighter, and prepare for the next wave. A deafening roar rises from the heart of the city, shaking debris loose from crumbling buildings. The ground seems to split with the force of the approaching creatures, a visual echo of the chaos that is spilling into every street and alley. Firelight and lightning combine to illuminate fleeting glimpses of faces twisted, monstrous, and unrecognizable just for an instant before they vanish back into the darkness. Every step the figure takes is precise, every motion a statement of defiance, as if the night itself dares them to fall. From the shadows, an enormous figure rises, taller than the surrounding buildings, its silhouette jagged and terrifying, radiating power and malevolence. The figure below stops, weapon raised, and in that moment, there is an unspoken recognition. This is only the beginning. The storm above mirrors the storm below. The battle has only begun, but already the city is being remade in fire, chaos, and shadow. The demons continue their relentless advance, the rain hissing against their scales and claws, while the lone fighter meets every threat with deadly precision. A single point of light in a world consumed by darkness. The night roars, the rain falls harder, and somewhere deep in the shadows, a new evil watches, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And in that silence before the next wave, the storm and the city seem to merge, a living, breathing arena where heroes and monsters collide. And only one side will claim victory. For now, the night grows heavier, as if the darkness itself has weight, pressing down on the ruined city streets. Smoke from burning debris mingles with the thick fog, creating shapes that seem almost alive, twisting and writhing in the flickering glow of neon signs. The rain pours steadily, hissing as it strikes metal and stone, turning the streets into slick rivers that reflect distorted images of the chaos above. From the depths of an abandoned subway tunnel, faint whispers rise, carried by a cold wind that snakes through the city like a predator. Shapes move within the shadows, creatures unlike any seen before: tall, skeletal forms with glowing veins, eyes that shine with cruel intelligence, and jagged claws that scrape walls and pavement with unnatural precision. The figure moves with purpose along a crumbling rooftop, boots splashing through puddles, weapon in hand that catches the dim light, glinting like a promise of resistance. Every strike is measured, every dodge instinctive, as more and more shadows gather below, their numbers multiplying with alarming speed. Lightning cracks above, illuminating glimpses of monstrous faces snarling, wings unfurling, and eyes that burn like molten fire. The sound of battle mixes with the storm, the clash of metal, the roar of creatures, and the relentless pounding of rain, forming a symphony of chaos. In a narrow alley, a wall explodes as a massive creature crashes through, sending bricks and debris scattering, but the figure anticipates the attack, pivoting and striking with precision. Sparks fly as weapon meets claw, a flash of light cutting through the gloom, leaving only fleeting shadows in its wake. The city seems alive in its destruction, every broken window, every shattered street lamp, reflecting the endless struggle between darkness and the few who dare oppose it. From above, more silhouettes appear, wings beating against the storm, rain streaming off their bodies like liquid shadows. The figure,